like the only one. There is. It's not 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 like the only one.
This is the Bedford Township Park Commission meeting for March 10th at 7 o'clock. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you want for the time being, go for it. Are there any additions to the agenda that you guys needed? I figured the cars stuff we could cover under car park. And then I'll cover park related stuff under white. So with no changes to the agenda, I need a motion for approval.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Agenda's approved. Approval of the minutes from February 24th, our past meeting. We've got copies there. I had skimmed through them, but when he had sent them out, I didn't notice any changes or anything that needed fixed. Did you guys catch anything? If not, I will motion to approve the minutes as is.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I will second then. All in favor?
Aye.
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 February 24th minutes are approved. Secretary, I'm sure he has no report. Treasurer's report?
Yeah, just a few light bills this week.
Was it just standard?
Just a few standards, yeah. So South County Water.
That's fine. We don't need the
White, yeah. Just one.
There wasn't anything out of the ordinary
Yeah,
of
just
our electric.
Yeah, one water bill,
Disposal,
one
water.
one heating bill, and one energy bill, and then $4,350 in rental revenue. At
Point pay, and then
Yep.
obviously the cell tower as
Well,
well.
cell tower's not on this one, so we'll probably get it in 2 weeks.
Yep.
But that's all I have.
That works for me if there's nothing out of the ordinary. We approved the fireworks invoice last time. I got that over to the township board for their approval tomorrow then, so,
Next Tuesday.
or next Tuesday, yeah, but it's due by, it's to them. So with the standards there, I will motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
All in favor, Matt?
Aye.
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 Josh? Aye. Treasurer's report is approved. We don't have any presentations scheduled for today. ComEd and Parks Partners, the last I had spoke with Nancy, I thought she might make it, but I think there was a conflict, so she's not here. We'll probably hear from ComEd regarding the yearly
She sent an email.
transfer. Did she send one?
Yeah.
I did not have a chance to check today.
I could read it off if you want me to.
If it's just a standard report, it's fine. We'll move on without it.
Pulling it up because she emailed all of us actually. She said she won't be able to, she can't make it tonight, but
Okay.
the next one she's trying to.
That's the last I talked to her. She was
Yeah.
trying to, but wasn't sure with conflicting agenda.
If you want to read it, or I can read it. It's up to you.
It's fine. We can go without it. We don't.
Okay.
It's the current sports update.
Yeah, that's really all I'm seeing on here.
No, I've got nothing from 3B or any other park teams. I know there is. Who is Samaria? You are.
Yes.
I will get you the email. The Bedford Select team. We need to verify that their contract is active.
Okay.
And that I had one of their people emailing me to confirm that they are signed and did the 3-year extension, because Chaz handled all that in the previous board, and I'm not sure if they ended up ever coming in to sign. So just ask them for copies from the the clerk's office there. They should have them. Just make sure they're up to date. If
Okay.
not, we've got to get them up to date or updated
Okay.
and signed and good to go.
I haven't heard anything about that yet, so I'll make sure I get something.
Yep. That leads us to comments from the public. Have at it, Gail.
That was fast.
Gail, Intemperance. I just wanted to follow up, and it's not that I'm negative or anti-butterflies, for goodness gracious sakes, I don't even want to hear it. But I watched your meeting on TV, and because I heard what I thought I heard, I went to listen to these girls who claimed they got into this because they were bored. I went to listen to their presentation at the library on Sunday. All I have to say is that sometimes it's too much of a good thing. The ecosystem is very delicate, and if you do too far on one side and not on the other, we are experiencing a loss in butterfly habitat, period, all butterflies. You have to take into consideration that these people should not be allowed to be let loose, which is what they claimed at the meeting on Sunday. They made an announcement that the township park system gave them full permission to go throughout the park system dispersing milkweed seeds. These things are invasive, although not listed as such. They're intrusive, and they travel underground. So you may see a patch, and if you have them, I've got them in my yard for my butterfly project. But these things will find a way in through your foundation, into your crawl spaces, into your basements, into your homes, if they're not controlled. So when you go around planting them in your yards or in the parks, the adjacent neighborhoods are going to suffer the impact. I just don't think that it's a wise choice. Any of the easements within your parks, most of the time, are affiliated with a drain, and they do belong to people. You just can't have your way with somebody else's property. These girls spoke of how they go onto properties to steal the eggs, so to speak. You can't do this. I can't even, my adopt-a-road groups have to have permits to pick up the trash on the sides of the road. I would love this group to come pick up Secor Road from Rauch all the way down to the state line as a sponsorship.
Gail, you're at your 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm not staying for the last one. I just think that you need to be, I just don't think it's a good thing, and I know Pat has somebody that helps with the weeding of the native plants. So that's what we need to do. I would revisit it, and I think you need to reach out to this group because I don't know what your decision was. Thank you.
Yep, and I'll clarify that and piggyback right off it just to answer questions, and we'll contact them to make sure they're clear on it. We're doing 10 by 10 plots at each of the parks like we have at Ansted currently to have butterfly areas. The only spreading of seeds or anything that was even discussed was only at our preserve areas of Ansted and Wheeler. So everywhere else going into people's yards or we didn't say for any of the parks that are utilized like Samaria, Parmalee, or White around fields and everything because it gets mowed regularly. They're never going to take anyway. So it'd be a waste of their time to do that. But that's to clarify that, and we will make sure to contact them to make sure they're on the same page. We have not brought up the proposed plot areas for the other parks. That's still a work in progress, so nothing has been done with that as of yet. Moving on to old and new business, 9A, the cleaning service bid. I just put this on here to make sure, did that end up getting activated and out to public?
Yes, the bid is on the website now, so it is active. And I forget the date that they did it, but there was a time that they weren't going to be able to. 3 weeks wasn't long enough because they needed to do something else, so it's on there for a little bit longer than 3 weeks.
Okay. So if you are open to a cleaning service and open to cleaning our rental halls and want to bid on that, it is out to open public bid on the township website. Trade fair is our next item. That's coming up this Saturday. Just would put this on here for if you guys had any other details or questions or things to clarify from what we didn't.
Yeah, there's a few things
Discussed
here.
last time.
I have a sheet of the rules here. So they're trying to have it set up on Friday, the 14th, from 2:30 to 6.
Correct. Setup's always the evening before.
The other thing too, there is no school on Friday, so that's going to make it easier for us.
That's
as well. So
That's normal for the.
I don't know if anybody else wants to help set up. I'll be there. I'll make sure I'm there.
Realistically, if it begins at 10 a.m., if you're there by 9:30, the amount of things we have to set up all of 5 minutes, you're fine. It's for the major
Okay.
booths that our company is bringing in, displays and things that need multiple hours to set up. That's why
Right.
they're asking them to come Friday and not have everybody rushing to set up Saturday morning.
Okay.
I'll be there at like 4 after work to help set up a little bit more because I have some stuff that I wasn't able to bring all tonight. So
That's fine. Yeah, we can do that. We can
So
set up together.
Any other items from it?
As far as trade fair goes, not at this time. Just look forward to seeing everybody have a good turnout. So and
Awesome.
we're here to meet you and answer questions you may have. So
Moving on to parks update. Ansted Park, any news? It's spring. It's probably
it's getting busy. The parking lot is definitely showing its size. When I was there, there's only one parking spot left.
So bringing that up to with spring and things kicking off and everything, I was confirming with you guys. I will email Stevens back. Usually we don't start our spring disposal and porta-johns till the 1st of April. With the weather changing in this week alone, and then I discussed with 3B, their practices begin the week of the 24th. Actually, a little before that, a lot of the teams are on all of the fields at all the parks and already starting with the warmer weather. They're already getting out there. I was going to email Stevens back and set our dumpster pickup to weekly instead of bi-weekly, and then getting all of these summer level of porta-johns out to each of the parks beginning next. It'd be Tuesday the 18th, but starting next week.
Do we need to do them all at the same time? Because
Billing purposes and ease, yes, it's a spring setup and a
Some of
winter
the-
setup, or a summer setup, a winter setup.
yeah, like right now, it was used a lot yesterday, but
And it's a weather game.
Right.
I would rather have it out there and safe than getting a constant flood of calls of, hey, why isn't this here? We did run into that, 2 years back. The weather got really nice. We had nothing out there. And
I think it should just be March all the time at this point.
yeah, with the way the weather. So I was just kind of bringing
sounds-
that to if the 17th, which is next Monday, so they'll probably start it on the 18th. I don't know if Stevens will do it on.
I mean, they
If
could.
they're
I'm just
working
wondering, like,
But that's what I'm emailing back. So
I'm just wondering for the billing if they're gonna like prorate it or not. Plus, also,
do.
like, do we want to?
they have a start date for it, and it's all
Okay.
rated and done. So we just have to give them a date. That's what she emailed us about. So I will set it for next week. Just wanted to bring that up with it. Sorry to cut you off on Anstead.
no, you're fine.
Reminded me with it's really busy. I was like,
Yeah, no, it's good timing.
Samaria.
Not a whole lot. I got a few maintenance things I'm going to email Pat about tonight because I forgot to do it earlier today. But a few things I discussed before, as well as there's that gravel path that goes from the parking lot out to the ball field. It's pretty overgrown with grass, especially the new season starting. I want to kind of like lay some fresh gravel down and
But if it's low on gravel, that's part of
make that look good.
spring.
And then also see when he's going to get the trail cleaned up so we can get that trail open back up and properly signaged and whatnot. So
We might have to be the ones that do that because they're going to be really busy coming with the grass soon, and I'm willing to come out and help clear the path.
all right, I'll see if he might be able to get it done before they start mowing grass because the sooner the better, I guess.
Yeah, did you get any update back from Al? Because I know our last meeting, obviously, we discussed it with him. I didn't know.
No,
if he'd said
he hasn't said
back
anything to
or-
me
okay.
at all or not. So I think I should just reach out to Pat and see if he
Well,
can get on the list.
Go through Al, like we're supposed to. See if there's any update to it. If they haven't really, I mean, you can work on getting a bid, or depending on what you want done, we can go out there do it. We got to follow the step by step. So that's why I was asking if any update from Al. Contact Al first to see.
And then the other thing I was thinking about too, are we going to have any community cleanups soon for the parks?
We usually do like a
It was like
end of
August,
April.
September.
We did an April one with mulching the 1 year. Yep. So we can consider it. It's up to you guys really if you want to coordinate it. And
Depends on
do
what
it.
all needs done.
We've done it each time in concession with when we get like 400 yards of mulch to help maintenance out with spreading it. Otherwise, it sits
Right.
there forever.
Well, more
Yeah.
so the church group.
And well,
That's,
they
I
helped
don't know
each
anybody.
time.
I mean, the guy,
Yeah.
I know most of them.
That was what it was all about, was the big church.
We don't have mulch planned because we just did it this past fall. So you can, if you want to come up with a schedule of items needed at each park that volunteer groups can do and not our maintenance, that it's not interfering.
Right.
Realistically, if it's you're planning like a full day and big event, I would want something like if we're going to do these butterfly zones at White Parks, Samaria, Carr, doing like little 10 by 10 plots and all that, I would have those scheduled and contact Monarch Moms and get all of that done in unison, so the max amount of volunteers there to wrap that all up in one go and not have half projects sitting around.
I'll ask them if they need help with that.
I could check with Al too about, we have a commercial sized chipper in our disposal.
We do.
If Pat could get it over there and we could get a few people to help clear the stuff and put it right there, and we can throw that chips right on the path and make a path out of chipped.
Yep.
That's a smart way to do it.
Free.
Yeah.
Well, cost of gas for the thing.
But yeah,
Just an option. I'll run it by Al.
that'd be a good idea. Yeah, ask them about it.
I wouldn't try to plan anything too quickly. I mean, we're in false spring, number one. Don't let this weather currently deceive you.
Yep.
You plan something the next week, we're back in snow. So, yeah, usually we've done end of April and we've done in the fall. We've mulched before, so we did it, I think, late August, early September. Or we
I
had
think the
planned,
mulch
and-
looks pretty good.
Yeah, we did it last fall.
No,
so
no more mulch is needed right now.
no, it's at least 2 years from it, and we just spread it this past fall.
Yeah.
So it should be fine through this season. I don't have any update for White Park. 3B is going to be in full swing, and that park's going to be busy as ever, especially with the weather. I'm sure pickleball's outdoor is going to pick up there, and tennis and whatnot, so we'll just keep an eye on it.
I have one question with White. Do we know where the key is to those basketball hoops? The basketball.
Probably on the set of keys they gave me, that's like 12 keys big.
So,
even
because
know
I don't,
what that
I tried it. The master key does not work
I've-
in the locks that like hold up the backboard.
They're possibly on my key ring, or I would say maintenance.
You have a key ring with a bunch of other
Oh,
keys.
there's like a dozen keys on there, and I have no idea what they are. Then the concession building and the fence. Then I have no idea what all the others.
All White Park, or that's
all
park?
White Park.
You have a whole thing with all White Park.
White Park.
All right, interesting.
It's like a stack like that Chaz had before that. I have no idea what those keys are.
Are you the White Park liaison, or you are? You are now. Okay, then good. So it's probably on there.
More than likely, if not, I would assume maintenance has them because they're the ones who took those down and installed them on the. Do you need them for something?
Well, I was there. There were kids playing, and they wanted to lower them, and I was like, I
They're
can't.
set at a regulation height, and we're not gonna.
I
You do that for.
I was
one
more
person, then
curious.
you
I
get
was
to
like,
be there
could I
every day
even
adjusting.
lower them? I had my one key, and I was like, I wonder if this is even the right key, and it wasn't.
They're
And
set
that's
at the
why I was-
regulation height.
That's good.
Which is 10 foot.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine.
Parmalee?
Okay, so we have a chipper.
Yeah, the maintenance.
The township owns a chipper
Huge.
machine. Really?
It's in the car
It
park.
was part of the COVID money. It's what they spent a bunch on.
And it sits in that thing behind the shelter car park, huh? How often do they use it? Who knows?
As needed.
They did a lot with
They just did
fall
a tree that fell just the other day over at Carr.
Because I was been talking for a while about a burn at Parmalee, like to have like the fire department come and disc
No, they
golfers
should
carry.
take that there and make a
Yeah,
pile
let
and
the disc
chip
golfers,
everything.
You know, help in a volunteer effort. Like if we made a volunteer day of disc golf, tournament, and then
Pretty much the same thing you want to do at Samaria clearing a trail. You could go through the entire disc golf course. make
I
a
think
giant pile
Parmalee
of
needs it
brush.
more in the sense that Parmalee is utilized by
It's a course.
hundreds of times more.
Not only that, but that all that large grass area where all the trees are, where you got the pavilion and some of the holes for the course, including that
Trees
basketball
everywhere.
court.
Trees everywhere.
No, I'm saying like, where all those trees are, there's a bunch of sticks scattered all over around there too that should get
Right,
cleaned up
right.
at some
So,
point.
like,
Bring cleanup.
The the chipper at Parmalee, I think, could be a good volunteer day that could work.
Set it up.
We could check with the people of the disc golf group that is
Sure. I mean, we put it out. Yeah,
part of
we put
a
sign out there.
they're
or
part of
something.
a few churches too, so they might.
I forgot. I need to get an update from Black Swamp,
Black Swamp,
too
yeah,
regarding the
I'll see it one
course
of these
sign.
days soon.
Black Slump, that's-
You maybe have Black Swamp come to the meetings and give us an update here at the meeting for the people to see.
He stops by. I'm sure. Andrew or I'll bet we'll talk to him soon. He'll probably come by. But I see him often. Or seldom, but somewhat often. But so the chipper would maintenance have to be around? Do you think?
You'd have to check it more than likely because you have to get certified and safety on it and
I mean,
everything. And
it's a huge commercial one.
it's not a rollout.
Say like, could they let us use it on a Saturday?
You'd probably have
They
to
don't
go
work
through a
Saturdays,
safety
right?
course and be certified on
Yeah,
it.
that ain't gonna happen. I don't think they don't work Saturday, right? Maintenance is a Monday through Friday group.
Correct.
I'll reach out to Pat and ask him if it's something that you can get certified in. I'll get certified in to run it.
Okay.
I got my
fair enough.
CDL just to.
We'll
grab
talk
a
about
house.
that more, because, yeah, definitely the chipper would be a bit better than, like, the burning up thing I was thinking of. So, okay.
Because then you could put it on the trails too.
Right, yeah, there's a whole stretch right from the gate all back to the back 9 there that needs it anyway. They could just load it up there, the whole thing, just spray it all there. So, okay, good. That's all for that. I'll look into it.
Cars Grove, I know you've got updates and we got that.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Pickleball, we got the engineers final thing. We got me and Al are going to go over the bid. We just got to tweak that a little bit, but it should be going up this week.
Cool.
The bid, and then
Pavilion, is
there's
there
a couple trees that are questionable. So talking with Al about the safety of them. There's some large branches that are dead that we need to either trim or get rid of the tree altogether. So that's going to be a thing he's going to run by the board already. So it's kind of a safety thing with those big branches that they've already dented some benches pretty.
I know which ones you're talking about.
And that fence too. So Al is still they're getting bids or quotes for the fence in the front.
Yep. And then any outside of the first kind of phase and discussion, I know they've been basically focusing on the pickleball courts. Was there any movement on the pavilion
The
plans or go on that to finalize it?
we're gonna attempt the DNR for the pavilion because they believe that that is something more so that the DNR would go for as opposed to pickleball. So they've seen that they have approved pavilions in the past. So we're gonna, I think, ask for 50,000, and then our match would only be like 5 because of the 7,000 from the Lions Den. So it would be a very good investment if we could get that.
Who's going to do the, who's, like, are you, I guess, who's spearheading the grant? Any idea?
Corey's working on it, and then I told him I would.
You're interfacing with them? So there was an event at that pavilion a couple years ago where Tim Wahlberg, our congressman, came. Yep. If you can get a picture from that, seriously, like if you can get a picture of a bunch of people, because like we all came, there were probably a couple of dozen of us. I think Paul was there. I can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure Paul kind of led it with Wahlberg. But I feel like if you could show like, hey, here's this really important pavilion in our community that hosts congresspersons.
Right.
This isn't just your regular pavilion.
Hey, anything helps.
Yeah, I mean, it's your grant. It's a competitive grant that you're going with other communities. So it's like, this isn't just some schlubby pavilion.
Right.
This is the pavilion where congresspersons come from
It's become
DC.
that, and we want it to be.
Right, we want to
back
maintain
life.
the amazingness of this very important pavilion. So if anybody has a photo of...
Right. If anyone on the public is watching and has a photo, even big family reunions.
It was probably 2 or 3. Yeah, I mean, a couple photos. Definitely the Wahlberg one jogs my memory of like, yeah, wow, I guess
Event.
that was a big event at that pavilion. You know, I remember that. And yeah, a couple of family reunions, and I think that would be good to incorporate.
I did have to inactivate it though because for this year, Al's worried about the safety issues of it. There's.
Would you put tape around it? How do you mean?
The electric's shut off.
Oh, okay. Inactivate that way. I thought you meant.
I thought it already was actually.
We inactivated the rental of it because he wants to get this going this year.
Okay.
So I put a pause on the availability to rent it just because we don't want to have an event there and be like, well, sorry, you can't have one now.
Here's your refund.
I mean, you can still use it, but if we start working on it, I didn't want to have
You're
to.
not going to be using it.
Right.
No, makes sense.
Like it's not like going to fall over today, but it needs.
That's what you meant by deactivate, though, was the revise.
On the
Take it
revise,
out of
yes.
revise. Okay, and the electric's off. Good. Okay.
I'm not sure the electric's off because the lights are still on it.
Oh.
Those are run separate from
Are they?
the
Okay.
outlet. I don't think the outlets are active. They haven't been for years.
Okay.
I don't believe.
I'm going to take the note out of the
The last we had.
I will double check because
check that.
they
might
are dangerous right now.
Yeah.
Probably out of code.
Wheeler Preserve, need a motion to have that reassigned back to me from our past reassignment to Kyle since he is not available and won't be at meetings. Unless anybody else wants to take
Good.
it.
I had texted that I would do it if you want me to.
It's
I mean,
literally
closer to my
a
house,
half mile
maybe.
from my house.
Oh, you're close to? Okay.
I have no problem taking Wheeler Preserve with White, and
Yeah.
we can spearhead it if we need. If anything's going, there's not a whole lot that happens. So
I ride my bike there every now and then, so you know I'll
Perfect.
go.
More
I'll go
eyes
to all
on
of them
it.
anyway. So whatever. It's yours. Take it.
I'll make a motion to put Wheeler Preserve back into my. I have the key for there anyway. Kyle never even got the key, so
There's a key for it.
yep, for the display box.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would like to get one of those for car too. Once the pickleballs.
Right.
But anyways, yeah,
I'll make a
second the
motion to put Wheeler Preserve back in my name for me to be liaison for it.
Support.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Wheeler's back under mine supervision.
Speaking of Kyle, I guess he refuses to resign, from what I was told. So,
Yep.
remember-
We'll take
There
it
we're at.
as it comes
Yeah, we're
around.
cool, whatever.
Don't plan on, we'll just keep cruising forward like we're doing. Comments from the public. Gail left, so there is no public. Commissioners' comments, Aaron?
Nothing.
Matt?
come out to the trade fair and see us at the thing. We'll hopefully have some candy as long as it doesn't go too fast. And some
fast.
yeah, I might go to the store and buy some more. And yeah, I'm looking forward to some pickleball this hopefully by this fall.
Josh?
Hope to see everybody at the trade fair. We look forward to seeing all of you, meeting some of us. There's a few of us that are new on the board as well. If you have any questions, ask us, and we're there to work for you guys for the parks. And glad that Manica Smith finally had that change order done. It took them a while. Now we can get this out to bid and get this ball rolling, so that'll be really nice.
I don't have any additional comment. Trade fair this Saturday. Come on out. Starts at 10, I believe. Correct? 10 to 5?
Yes.
10 to 5. Outside of that, need a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned. Our next Park Commission meeting will be Monday the 24th, right here at 7 p.m. Thanks, guys.
Is there a treasurer's report?